I'm going to give you guys an update on what's going on here. Ever since I put on these tubes, these new intake tubes, the car starts, but the gas pedal, the electronic gas pedal is dead, like it does nothing. And the car will run for a while, and then the fuel pump will shut off and it just stops. So the computer is telling it to stop for some reason. I can't figure out why yet. This sensor here, the map sensor, is now mounted upside down of where it was, but everywhere online they say that makes no difference at all for a map sensor. Even one guy had this exact map sensor on a Cobalt and mounted upside down was no problem. So I would like to think that that's the problem, but that is what everybody's saying is not the problem. I haven't found any broken wires or anything, and I don't have the scanner to see if all the sensors are working. My brother has that, but he's very busy, so I can't just ask him to come down here with it and check everything out. The other thing I thought it might be is when I pressure tested this. Now I usually pressure test by putting a hose on here and pressurizing the whole system, but this time I put it on here and pressurized the whole system, and I'm wondering if maybe I put pressure onto a sensor that doesn't normally have pressure and I damaged it. I don't know, I'll have to explore it. But anyways, so that's going on with that. In the future plans, this exhaust, which currently runs down there and out the side, as you know, is just going to do a quick 90 and come right out the door here. I'm going to have it right out the door. It'll take a bunch of weight out of the car. Not a bunch, but you know, something. Every pound counts, and that will be a few pounds. My goal is to be below 1,800 pounds with me in it. Minimum weight for the class is 1,750. So I want to get below 1,800. I'm at 1,844 the last time I rolled it across the scales. So hopefully with these changes. Speaking of that, I no longer have the AccuSump, which was here. AccuSump has been removed. Yeah, my workplace is disgusting. Don't even look at it. But yeah, so here's the AccuSump. But this is a good amount of weight to this thing, and now it's empty. When this thing was full of oil, it definitely had some heft to it. So we'll see how much weight we pulled out of it with that. The reason I've decided to go without it is I know another competitor has the same engine and a proper oil pan and had no problems with oil starvation. I also ran the car at Spring Nationals without the AccuSump, with only this road race oil pan from CBM, Custom Built Motors. And I had no problems with oil pressure then either. That all worked really good. So now I'm thinking I don't need the extra weight. Also, this panel that has all my gauges and switches, I am remaking that again, because it doesn't clear this piping quite right. So I am going to remake that. I'm also going to move all my gauges to right here. There are going to be like 3 gauges here, or 4 gauges. I'm going to put them here in that little hump that goes here. Be making that change because I don't like how every time I need to get in here, that whole panel, I have to twist it around with all the wires and everything to get at anything. I don't like doing that. That twisting around may actually be cause of the problem. I could have a broken wire inside here from twisting things around. I don't know. So I'll need to look into that. I also plan on moving where my water temperature probe, where is that? Oh, it's here. I had it back here, and it always showed cooler than what the electronic engine temperature, like the computer said the temperature was. So I'm going to move that closer to there. I may even, now that I can TIG weld aluminum, I may even find some way of underneath there, somewhere where the coolant comes out. Maybe I can weld a bung in there for that probe. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so that is an update. The suspension guy that I have working on my car, like looking over the suspension to make sure that my setup is good, or tell me what problems I have. He tells me that my data is incomplete. This is the Performance Trends suspension program that I've been using, And he tells me some of this data is incomplete, so I need to go over this whole thing and measure everything all over again to make sure that all the data is there. All right, well, I will talk to you all later when I have something to report.